Just read one verse. It's a verse actually that our brother John quoted at the end of the first piece that he sang, that well-known verse in John chapter 3 and verse 16. And the verse, of course, says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Do you know, I want to take just a few minutes this evening. I don't want to take a long time to finish off our coming together. I want to point you again, as we've read this verse in John chapter 3 and verse 16. I want to point you to the wonder of God's salvation. A couple of months back, when we started the drive-in services, I preached from this verse back at the end of April, and we looked at the giver, we looked at the gift, and we looked at the guarantee of salvation. And the reality of it is that the gospel could be preached from John chapter 3 and verse 16 week after week after week. It's a mine that will never be exhausted. I remember the story of D.L. Moody inviting a man along to come and preach in his church, never expecting, telling the man he could come and preach in his church if he was ever in Chicago. And D.L. Moody never expected that that man would be in Chicago, and one night the man turned up at his door. And he said, "Mr. Moody, I've come to preach in your church." And D.L. Moody was taken back that the man turned up. And he explained to the elders in his church, "I've never heard him preach, but I've told him he can preach once. And if it doesn't go well, I can cut up afterwards and I can finish. I can correct. I can put it right if need be." And the man came, I think his name was Thomas Morehouse. And the man got up to preach this first night in Moody's church in Chicago. And he preached from John 3 and 16, and he preached the